Welcome to The Hidden Ingredient, where we sit at the table for slow conversations that reveal the moments that shape who we become. So pull up a chair and let's get to it. So after I left Glaze, I sat down immediately because I was so inspired by the experience. And I watched a movie and there was a monologue in the movie and I thought about you immediately. I sat here today and I was like, oh snap, I haven't finished my questions, but I did because a month ago when we talked about this, I had already got them prepared.
Let's go.
So I'm going to read the monologue. You tell me where you think it came from. It's a little lengthy.
No pressure.
Okay. It is literally impossible to be a woman. You are so beautiful and so smart, and it kills me that you don't think you're good enough. Like we have to always be extraordinary, but somehow we're always doing it wrong. You have to be thin, but not too thin. And you can never say you want to be thin. You have to say you want to be healthy, but also you have to be thin. You have to have money, but you can't ask for money because that's crass. You have to be a boss, but you can't be mean. You have to lead, but you can't squash other people's ideas.
Damn.
You're supposed to love being a mother, but don't talk about your kids all the time. You have to be a career woman, but also always be looking out for other people. You have to have the answer for men's bad behavior, which is insane. If you point that out, you're accused of complaining. You're supposed to stay pretty for men, but not so pretty that you tempt them too much or that you threaten other women because you're supposed to be a part of the sisterhood, but also stand out and also be grateful. But never forget that the system is rigged. So find a way to acknowledge that, but also always be grateful. You have to never get old, never be rude, never show off, never be selfish, never fall down, never fail, never show fear, never get out of line. It's too hard. It's too contradictory. And nobody gives you a medal or says thank you. And it turns out, in fact, that not only are you doing everything wrong, but also everything is your fault. I'm just so tired of watching myself and every single other woman tie herself into knots so that people will like us. And if all of that is also true for a doll, just representing a woman, then I don't even know.
Is that Barbie?
It is.
Girl.
Yeah.
Give it up for Barbie. Yeah.
That was
It's deep.
America Ferrera in the Barbie movie. So she was going in when she did the monologue, so I had to take a deep breath. But a few months ago, I watched the Barbie movie and there was a moment in it that immediately made me think of you. And so last year was one of the most challenging and rewarding years for me. And you actually were a significant character in the story. Yeah, I learned a lot from a lot of different people last year, but you were one of the ones that stuck out for me last year. We had a few conversations where I was like, oh, let me check myself.
Those conversations they're hit or miss. Either I'm welcome back another time or they're saying, you know what, don't invite her next time.
No. So Brandy, listen, I hold you at a really high esteem. And I'm incredibly grateful that Shauna introduced me to you because it's been a good experience. And I just want to say welcome.
God bless you. I'm so honored to be here on this podcast.
Yeah.
Listen, you are a dreamer and you go after it. And I'm inspired by you too. And I'm just grateful to be on your platform having a girlfriend conversation.
Ooh, girlfriend.
So I'm lit. I'm ready. God bless you and thank you.
Excellent. It's going to be good. Before we get deep into the conversation, though, I've got a word of the day for you. And I was going back and forth on what I wanted to use. Because I was like, I use simple words.
I was going to say, how many syllables we talking here?
2.
Ooh. Yes.
I actually think it's 3. It's 3.
You lost me.
The word is influence.
Ooh.
Just influence. I like simple words because I feel like we overuse some words. I was thinking leadership. I was thinking inspiration. But when I left Glaze that day, I was like, it's influence.
Wow.
Yeah, because when we think about, well, first, the definition is the power or the ability or capacity to indirectly shape or alter the actions, behaviors, opinions, or development of people or things. And I was like, man, there's a metaphor for this. And it's the one where they're like, you could be a boiled egg, you could be a carrot, or you could be a coffee bean. And, the boiled egg is the one where you are influenced by what is around you and the egg boils and it gets hard. A carrot in the water, it softens in the water. And then you have a coffee bean that changes the chemistry of the water altogether. And so when I went to your car wash and I was watching you talk to those guys, I was like, this is what influence looks like. Like, this is what positive influence looks like. It changes people's opinions. It shapes and alters their destiny. It's not just leadership where you're like motivating someone to keep going. It changes everything. So yeah, that's what I feel like describes you. But what you got?
Man, first of all, no pressure.
Oh,
okay. Influence, that's powerful. Thank you for reading the definition or reciting the definition, because you hear that word used constantly because of social media, influencer. And in a way, when you first mentioned the word influence, I almost kind of cringed because you're like, I don't know if I'm an influencer in the way that it's used today in our big world, but per its natural definition, I can get with that.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, I'm 41, right? And I've had an incredible life up until now. God has blessed me to see so many different things and meet different people and have different experiences, to where now I'm like so unselfish when it comes to sharing. And so when I can get in front of people and have a conversation and leave them with something, a seedling that they can use for themselves, I realize that the more I share in that capacity, the more I get to grow. And in the last at least 20 years of my life, I've noticed society becoming more about self, and let me, kind of having that scarcity mentality of like, let me hold all this to myself. Get yours, I get mine. I'm a boss.
Yeah, like success has a
all
capacity.
that aggression.
Like, yeah.
As if it's the world's going to run out of money.
Limitless. Yeah, or limited. Yeah.
Yeah, it's limited to resources, to men, to friendships, to job opportunities, to all this stuff that we've put so much value on. I'm in the business of influencing your character. The one that God gave you, not the one I'm creating for you. Like, I want to dig into, how do I get the best out of you? And sometimes I can see the best in people that they don't even see in themselves. It's just a gift to believe in people that much. But if we can all get back to influencing each other in the most positive, productive way, I mean, gosh, we can all eat good. Everybody's eating good. You're feeling good. Pouring into your friendships, pouring into your relationships with your partner, your colleagues at work, the work you're doing in the world, the kind of parent you want to be, influencing everything around you, even if it's at the grocery store, doing common things like buying groceries, being kind to the person in front of you.
Yeah, or just smiling.
A lady asked me the other day at the grocery store, she was shorter than I was. She's like, excuse me, ma'am, do you mind reaching up on the top shelf there and getting that item for me? And I thought, I was actually impressed that she had the courage to ask me because of the culture we're in. People don't even hardly hold the door anymore. I notice in traffic even, not to veer too far, but you know how you can let somebody in or let somebody over in your lane? People don't even say thank you. When I was coming up, they'd like wave like, thank you. Even that I want to influence.
Yeah. I'd be waiting for people to throw their hand in between the seats so that I could see them.
They don't. And so when we try to think about the whole pie, the whole problem, it gets so big that people just get unmotivated to do anything about it. I just figure every conversation, every interaction, do that very thing. Just, shift the conversation, shift the energy towards a better world. And we can do that, we'll be good.
Yeah. And it's just like one thing at a time.
One bite at a time.
Yeah. I feel like if we're always like trying to do these lofty things. And I think the most impactful thing last year I learned is the one bite at a time. Like one episode at a time, one
task.
Client at a time. Yeah.
One task. Yeah.
Okay. So this is where we're going, but I want to back up.
Let's back up. Back that thing up.
Oh, did you have a word of the day you wanted to share?
The word that speaks to me more than anything right now is accountability.
Oof.
I can do a whole conversation about accountability. God gives me words every year. That's been the one for 26 so far.
Okay.
Because accountability is the gateway to freedom.
Why do you say that?
Because when you hold yourself accountable, as soon as you hold yourself accountable, you're instantly free of whatever that thing was. So I believe that's why God wants us to confess when we do things. As soon as I go to God, I'm like, yo, I'm sorry. And I talk to God like that. I'm fucking up. I'm sorry. I kind of meant to do it and I apologize, but
please forgive me.
Please forgive me. Or show me the error. Show me really like the other layer, beyond my own ego that has been trained to reject accountability.
Ooh, that's real.
Yeah. So help me work through that part. But as soon as I understand what I did wrong and I have a softness around my heart about it, I'm instantly free of it. And I've forgiven myself and I'm able to move on. I'm able to accept the responsibility and whatever I have to bear as a result of my behavior, God gives me the strength to get through that. But we are conditioned a lot of times to not go through hard things. Somehow we, as humans, and not to overgeneralize, there's some people who master this differently, but we're kind of conditioned to not hurt, not to go through pain. And we we take it so personal when we go through things. A lot of things we go through, we create. We're creators. We are such powerful beings. We create a lot of the mess in our life.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Accountability helps me shape a better life for myself.
Yeah. It's kind of like the stages of, I don't know if it's always grief, but it sounds like accountability for you starts with acknowledgement. Like acknowledge that there's something that you need to address. Acknowledge that it is actually your fault.
That part.
Acknowledge that maybe you should release it. So I like that. That.
Acknowledgement, yes, but it's for 3 or 4 seconds. Then it's acceptance.
Okay.
Because acceptance, it carries a lot more weight. If I acknowledge it, that means I just see it.
Yeah. Okay.
If I accept it, then I got to hold it. Now, if I'm holding it, I got to do something about it.
Yeah.
And that's why we don't want to acknowledge things. You don't want to do nothing about it. So, you know how some people say, don't tell me, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Because if they know, guess what? The responsibility falls on them to do something.
That's real.
Don't tell me, I don't want to know. Because if you tell me, I'm going to tell somebody else.
Yeah.
I have to. Can't not tell this person, So for me, accountability on the job, with your relationships, your marriage, your children even, being accountable to your children. A lot of times old school.
I don't got to tell you nothing.
I don't have to tell you nothing.
I'm the parent.
Right.
Period.
But that's not true.
Yeah. I actually need to know a lot. Can you tell me so that I don't make these same mistakes?
And you owe it to your children. I tell my young, brilliant people that I work with at Glaze this all the time. You are obligated to share information. It is not yours to hold on to. Every experience you go through in your life, God gave you those experiences so you can share. You don't get to hold them to yourself. I don't care if they're the darkest ones are the ones filled with joy and light. You have to share because you will one day leave this place. That is a assured thing. And what you leave behind helps God's new crop. And so it's imperative that we train our young people to bear the responsibility of sharing. And you can share the bad stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. But sharing the way is the most important. Sharing the way forward. I tell them, you're 20 years senior to my children, right? My children are young. You're coming up next. I'm 20 years older than you. It's important that you give my kids the right information.
Yes.
You know, it's unfair that you get to just kind of fool around and waste away your opportunity to be here in the human experience and not give something back. And if you're African American,
you're doing a major disservice to the whole culture.
You must. You must. And I push that to our people to be responsible for each other. And so when you come to work at Glaze, you're getting that cultural experience. And then I'm training you on how to think globally, whether you plan on being with the organization long term or not.
Yeah.
While you're here, everybody's operating on a management level of thinking. Your securities. So it's not just doing my job at a high level. It's, are you protecting the dream? Are you protecting each other? I had a conversation with one of my employees today. It's interesting. I won't name his name, but I buy snacks and things for the staff. And he likes to consume more than his fair share of those things. And that's okay. We get that. But we were having an honest conversation about the snacks are there for everyone to enjoy, right? And he wasn't doing anything wrong by consuming it because that's what it's there for, but he overconsumed without thinking about the rest of the group. And we're a tribe. Okay, so we hunt, we gather, we bring everything back to the tribe for everyone to have what they need. But he consumed all of it. You know, most of it, let's say. And I was teaching him a lesson about integrity. You know, if you think you have grown as a person, that's great. You have made great improvements on your being, but you can always self-check. You can always think about like, am I as good as I think I am? Because if I've consumed all this liquid, all these items, and I haven't thought to bring back more. To give back to my community.
Because someone thought to give to you.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know what? Now that I think about it, when you say it that way, the obligation part is so imperative for the success of the entire group. Because on a hot day, when we need those beverages there and they're not there for everyone to enjoy, you would have been the reason why we don't have enough. So having the mentality, his mentality kind of changed where it was like, you know what? I'm going to come back with a case full of drinks so that, you know, you're right. I just thought about it. Yeah. How did we get there? Accountability. He had to first say, wait a minute. Did I do something wrong? And then he accepted that, yeah, you know what? I did drink a lot of it. I didn't drink all of it, Miss Brandy, but I drank a lot of it. And now that I think about it, I think I do need to bring some.
Yeah, I can see why this is like, yeah.
Okay. But what we do, sometimes we skip the acceptance part. We're like, yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I heard it. But I don't accept it.
Yes.
And so therefore I don't do anything about it.
Because it's not my responsibility.
And then I repeat it.
Correct. And nobody's going to check you because your truth is your truth and my truth is my truth. And I don't care what you have to say. Yeah.
And the more you do that, and we do that as a collective, the more we get into a society that doesn't wave when you let them over. And doesn't hold the door for you and treat you like crap. You know, in situations where you expect good customer service.
Yeah, because my world is the only world that matters.
Yeah.
Let me over. Yeah. Okay, so let's back up a bit.
Yes.
I knew you was going to do this to me.
Oh, no.
No, I knew you was going to go deep. But I wanted to back up and see, do you remember when we first met?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, where were we? What was your impression?
We were at Shauna's house?
Mm-hmm.
At book club?
Yes.
Yes. I thought you were very insightful, very smart. Smart, deep, reads between the lines, asks a lot of questions, and bold and clear about what you believe. And you stand on that, but open to have a dialogue. So I felt like it was flowing like water.
When I wrote this question, the first moment that I thought about was obviously Mexico. I was not thinking about the book club.
Oh, really?
Yeah, until you sat down and I was like, wait a second. That was not the first time I met you. The first time I met you was book club.
Yeah.
And that's when Sarah came.
Shout out to Sarah J.
She's a real one. And I was just so impacted by y'all's transparency and y'all's willingness to like share your experiences and reshape our perspective on things.
Amen.
Yeah, because we were reading a book that wasn't about what we were talking about.
That sounds like me.
Yeah, we were reading the guest list.
Definitely going off topic.
Yeah, it was like a murder mystery.
Yeah.
And we was going deep. And then I was eating it up. And I was like, Shauna, this your sister?
That's her.
They're twins, guys.
Yeah, especially on the mic. Sure.
Yeah, for sure. So just so that we're clear, I'm talking to Brandy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, huh. So for the listeners who may not know you yet, tell us a little bit about who you are and what your world looks like right now.
B to the R to the A-N-D-I-E. Yeah. What y'all know about that from the East Side shawty? I'm from a little bit of Decatur, a little bit of Lithonia, on the outskirts of Atlanta. But I've lived in many parts of Atlanta, so I feel like I kind of embody the Atlanta experience.
Yeah, your whole family do.
Yeah, I'm pretty ATL. East side of ATL.
For sure.
What about me? Grew up here, went to high school here, went to college in West Georgia. We went to college in West Georgia.
This is alumni.
Okay. After college, traveled with a marketing firm for about 4.5 years around the country. Part of my job was creating marketing experiences, using different products. And then I also got on to a job where I was administering free health screenings in underprivileged communities all over the country.
Oh.
So it was like a whole road life. And it was amazing. Oof.
What was amazing about it? Was it just like
Imagine being in your early 20s. You got a little money in your pocket. You're traveling around with other early 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
And we're going in like major cities, small towns. Got a little budget. And we're just living on the road. I mean, the experiences I've learned out there on the road just opened my whole world up. Like, I'm like, wow, there's different walks of life. There's different backgrounds. Some of my best times were not in the big cities like New York, LA, Miami. Some of my best times were like in Dodge City, Kansas. And
ew.
I know where it stinks. It smells like, what do you call those? Slaughterhouses and things like that. Oh, really? But it has a uniqueness about it. And then out on the road, I did a lot of hiking and cycling. I cycled like 50 miles in Boulder, Colorado.
Wow.
Yeah, up high. And I mean, it was an amazing journey. I mean, just being able to do things I would have never done had I not left the city. And then found love.
And was he a part of that?
He was not.
Oh, okay.
Just happened to be out for my birthday and just my fly girl. I was fine back. Oof,
girl, you fine. Still bad. What you talking about? Brandy, look, fine, you look like a Barbie.
Girl, listen. You know, but at the time, I felt like really youthful and free, but I was like so lonely at the time. So we met at the right time in my life. but didn't know he was going to be my boyfriend. Certainly did not know he was going to be my husband at first.
Yeah.
He called me the Ice Queen.
Oh, I used to be called that.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. He said I wasn't very warm and welcoming, but ended up falling in love. And then my life changed again. So you go from high school, marching band, college, activism in college.
I should address the fact that you said marching band because I roasted.
Oh, no. What you got to say about the marching band?
Because were you actually, like, did you have an instrument?
Yeah. I played the flute. Shout out to all the flute players.
Oh, my God. Let's not.
I didn't make it to piccolo, but because I ended up being on the drill team, too.
Okay.
Yes, I was able to razzle and dazzle them in front.
I'm just saying, the bands, I mean...
The bands were...
Losers.
Who?
Okay. I guess because you guys went to MLK.
I went to Lithonia.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But see, I came through in an era where like marching band was not lame. Like we had Battle of the Bands. Like it was a thing. That's real. I mean, and shout out to all the HBCUs that's still doing it. That, you know, I went to the Battle of Bands a couple months ago just to kind of be back in the environment. It's not nearly what it was when I was coming through school.
It's quite scant.
But it was we had fun. We did road trips. Girl, it was all kinds of loveliness going on in the band. Okay. We danced. Think about dancing. All the latest, like whatever was playing on the top 888, V103, we were playing that out there at halftime. We had dance choreography, bus rides, drama. I mean, it was
I can see the best. 2000 playlist in my head right now.
You seen Drumline, right? Yeah, but it was like better than that. Yeah.
Okay.
It was lit. We didn't play. We got down. Shout out to all the people who were in the band back when it was fun.
Oh, yeah, because that was a very long time ago. Because I felt like even when
you ain't got to say it like that. A very long time ago.
Because I was like, I don't remember it being, but I saw the movie where it was cool.
I mean, they had high school bands like Southwest DeKalb that had like 100+ band members. That they took over the whole field. That's how big the band was. And then we went to parades, like the Macy's Day Parade. There was like the band's lit.
Yeah. When the bands don't have clout like that anymore.
Yeah, because kids have, you know, video games and social media.
Yeah, and they're pulling a lot of music programs out of schools.
Which is whack. That's a whole nother thing.
But, so you found the love of your life.
I did.
And then what?
Then I got married. I'm kind of skipping through, but I mean, first of all, my dating life with my husband was magical. Like
magical.
We did it, man.
I love that word.
Yeah, he was just the best at dates and thoughtfulness. And so when asked to get married, it wasn't really hard because I was like, man, for like 3 solid years, we just been levitating.
In La La Land.
In La La Love Land. So then once I got married, you know, we had this idea we wanted to go into business. So then you start thinking about what that looks like. Because for a long time, I was just going to be a corporate person. You know, I was like, okay, corporate's my thing. Whatever corporation it is, doesn't really matter. But I'm going to go up this ladder, you know, that everybody's talking about.
Yeah.
But something in the back of my mind, I always knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I've always had that, you know, like when I was in high school, I was like writing petitions. I was an activist. I always had some kind of agenda I wanted to get done. Same thing in college, you know, started organizations. Always was proactive in that way. If I had something in mind that I wanted to do, like we started a fashion show at West Georgia.
Y'all started that?
Girl,
did y'all start that fashion
founding
show?
member. Sure was.
What?
Yeah. Black Student Alliance?
Yes.
Yeah. That was us.
Because my roommate was in it. Wow.
Shout out to Afia Hinkson, who's a judge here in Forsyth County. I mean, we were,
Wow, that's impressive.
And we built it from the ground up because we wanted something special like that to look forward to. I haven't been back to one in a long time, but yeah. So anything I felt like I wanted to do, I just do it. I crush it.
I mean, let's take a moment because a fashion show is still a big deal, or at least it was when I was there.
Amen.
Because I remember just like preparing for it. We went like thrifting for a day with a group of people. It was just a thing on campus.
Yeah, it was an idea.
Were a part of the team to start it?
Yes, ma'am.
That's impressive.
It was so cool because we worked so hard. We practiced. We had rehearsals. We would go and petition to students to participate. Like, it was a whole thing. So that's what I'm telling you. Like, God has just given me the ability to dream big and then just go after whatever it is. Even if it starts from just an idea, just starting from, just a belief in something. I have this innate ability to just then do it.
Yeah.
And then God puts people in my life, like my husband,
that will empower you.
Friends, family, different situations where it empowers me and activates me. Maybe it's just a battery in my back. Maybe it's financial help. Maybe it's someone who's better at thinking about the small details that kind of gives me a nudge, or just encouragement, from my grandmother, or whoever that I'm talking to or engaging with at that moment. But, at that time in college, we're like, man, we need to have this. We need to do it. And it's like, well, how are we going to do that? Figured it out. It's the name of the game. Figure it out. Do it.
That was a lot. I've learned so much about you in 30 or maybe 2 minutes.
Let's go.
Because
now you make me want to go back. I need to go check it out. If it still exists, that's amazing.
I just remember how important it was when I was there, because I was a part of the Student Activities Council.
Okay.
And so we worked a lot with the Black Student Alliance on things like that. And my roommate was so hype about being, because of the tryouts and the people involved.
Yes.
Yeah, it was dope.
It's amazing. And see, Jessica, that's the point when we go back to talking about influence.
Yeah.
We have so much in us to get done.
A
lot of us, unfortunately, some of us naturally just don't get the opportunity to complete all those things. Some of us don't dig in and really pull them out.
Yeah.
In time. And then there's some people who just pull out everything, and they just keep pulling stuff out. And you look up, you're leaving all that stuff behind. Now, I haven't even looked behind for those fashion shows, but the fact that they give people joy, something to look forward to.
Yes.
Maybe you're shy, you don't know how to get involved, and this allows you to use whatever gifts God has given you to get involved and meet people. That's why we do what we do. So I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. Absolutely. It gives me chills.
Me too, girl.
So can you tell me about the most influential woman that has significantly shaped your perspective on life? And I'm hoping that you said this one person that you told me about, because I was like, I didn't even think about her like that. You know what I'm talking about? Harriet Tubman.
Oh, God. Oh, Harriet is.
Ooh. When you broke that down at the table or while we were sitting on the couch, I was thinking, I need to read about Harriet Tubman, because nobody knows. Well, I should do better in history, because that was a subject I always failed. But I was getting some major perspective considering what she was willing to do for everyone else. And then to come home and find your man already married to somebody else.
It hurts. It's crushing.
But why is she the person for you?
Speaking on Sister Harriet, Harriet Tubman is one of my sheroes. Never met Harriet. Maybe in the next round we'll meet, but I'm just so inspired by her grit. She went through a really tough time, even as a child. I think about my 9-year-old child and I see Harriet.
Oh, really?
Like, what I mean by that, I just picture her innocence. And I see that in my child, the innocence being stripped. And I couldn't imagine my child's innocence being stripped like that.
Yeah, at that age.
Try to break someone's soul at that age, using racism and hate and privilege and misogyny or whatever wickedness you have in you. And to see her at a young age be used that way, which would break any normal person. Like, it just breaks you down to have to be a caregiver at a young age for someone else's child and be punished if the child cries.
Right.
Goodness. I couldn't imagine doing that as an adult, let alone a child having that and being beaten and going through all the things she's went through. Really, I just follow her story and think about every stage of life. And as a woman who once was a little girl, I have great empathy for her journey. And I'm like, if she can do it and go through all of that, and she has gone through those sacrifices so I don't have to, it is my job and my duty to celebrate being a woman by holding integrity very close to me, by being honest with other women, by being empowering in some form or fashion, by being a great sister, a friend to females in my life, a daughter, a niece, a cousin, and most importantly, a mother. Because Harriet shows me the more I study, like what happens in real time plays out in my mind. Like we always skip the hard parts. Like we'll talk about the hard parts, but we go from Harriet was young and she ran and she took all these people with her and she freed everybody. Yeah. And then she lived to be 90 or 100. We don't quite know how old she was. And then she passed away peacefully. No, there's other little things in there that I can take, you know?
Yeah.
Now that I'm in my 40s, I think about what it must have felt like to get to freedom. I mean, go through swamps, go through the heat, the mosquitoes, the snakes, the bears, the whatever. You got people chasing you, looking for you, right? You know? And then you get there. You actually make it? Yeah. What? She made it. Then she had all these things happening, wrestling. She's looking around at this new society thinking like, this is how Black folks live up here? Yeah. Wow. She could have just kept that to herself and said, listen, I made it. I survived death. Good luck, y'all. Good luck. I hope it works out. I tried to tell y'all to come on. Y'all didn't want to come on, so well. About to sit here and eat this ham. Potatoes. Okay? Yeah. But her spirit, it was unsettled because she knew like, this is supposed to be for everybody. We all supposed to be free. Yeah. And I got family. My mom and daddy's back there. My husband's back there. Because you remember Harriet left because they were trying to beat her for something. Oh, really? Yeah, she ran because she's like, I ain't about to get beat today. How many of us feel that way? Yeah. I'm about to go ahead and call off from work because I know this lady about to wear me out. Yeah. And I'm not trying to do it today. Okay. So I can identify with that too. Like just, not today. Okay. So then she ran. So she gets there to freedom. She gets up north. She starts thinking, I need to go back. These people are telling her, Harriet, TT, don't go back. They gonna get you, girl. You ain't gonna make it. Yeah. And she's like, nah, God got me. So then here comes the faith part. Yeah. Like, nah, God got me. I've had to use that recently. Like, no, God got me. Yeah. Like, you're not gonna make it, girl. Just, it's not looking good. And I'm like, no, God got me. So she goes back. She gets all the way back, goes to the same mosquitoes. There go that snake again. And the bear is like, you back, girl? Yeah. I'm about to get you this time. And she gets back there. Okay? Going through all of that, right? And then she's like, where is my man? Girl. Where's my babe, my babe, my baby, my baby, my baby? Ow, I miss you, boo. Yeah. Where you at? Where you been? Girl, I'm married. He's like, baby, you look, girl, you a ghost? I thought you was gone. And then he said, she's like, come with me. I got a place for us. And he's like, yo, you know I love you, girl. You're my heart, but guess what? I thought you died. So as soon as you left, I went over here and saw, old girl from up the way. Yeah. Not only did he marry someone else. Did he have children? The lady was free. Now, listeners, quote me on that. Wait a second. I think she was free. He married a free woman? Yeah, because he was a free man too. Yeah. What? So Harriet, think about how you're comparing. Like, okay, I came all the way back here for you, and you got somebody else. And it almost sounds like you made a better selection. Mm-hmm. It could feel that way.
Yeah.
Depending on how you feel about yourself.
Yes.
So I'm thinking,
like it breed insecurity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she could have really just let them, you know what, just come get me. Mm-hmm. Y'all come on, get me. Mm-hmm. My man over here acting like I didn't just risk my life.
I'm done.
Yeah, just come get me. Mm-hmm. I'm right here. But instead, she's like, cool, you know what? I'm going to go get my mama and daddy and whoever else, and we about to get up out of here. Mm-hmm. Okay, so here's the thing with that. Harriet taught me in that moment, in your crushing, your heart's broken. Your heart is broken. This is your love of your life. Even in the crushing, you still have to trust God. You still got to go through with it. Mm-hmm. Still had to get back on the assignment, even though you're going through crushing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times right now, we just give up. Mm-hmm. I don't like my job. Well, wait a minute. You just started this job. Yeah, but why did you come here? You applied for this job. Mm-hmm. You wanted this assignment. Now you're being crushed in it, and you don't want to see all the way through. One of my dear friends, Pastor Chrislyn McNair. She did a wonderful seminar, a women's seminar a couple months ago, where she talked about shattering glass. Mm-hmm. And how people don't want to go through the process of the shattering. That, you know, if you were stepping on glass, essentially, first thing you do when you drop a glass, you're like, jump back. Like, I don't want to get hurt. Mm-hmm. You start protecting yourself. You do all these things to protect yourself, and you walk around the glass. And you walk. Well, what if God asked you to walk on the glass? What would the first thing you think of if God's like, no, Jessica, walk on the glass?
The first thing I thought was, okay, this is going to hurt. But if God asked me to do it, he's going to make it so it's not going to be that bad. Like, the wound will heal. So let's walk on the glass.
Yeah. So, see, you're a seasoned saint. See, you got that faith thing. Naturally, you're like,
hell no.
It's going to hurt. Mm-hmm. I remember what it felt like to be hurt, Lord. Mm-hmm. You want me to get hurt? That's what you want me to feel pain right now?
Yeah.
I already know what that feels like. And actually, because I know it's going to hurt worse. When we don't know, we tend not to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you get cut that first time, you're like, ooh, ouch. The second time, you're saying ouch before it hits the skin, right?
Yeah.
So you're less likely to do it. Mm-hmm. So Pastor McNair was just saying, like, the glory, though, you're not going through the crushing, you're not going through the shattering because you're scared and you're fearful and you make all these excuses, but the glory is on the other side of it. Mm. And a lot of people don't even get to the other side of it. Yeah. So Harriet's teaching me in real time as an adult woman who knows what it feels like to be in love. Mm-hmm. You know, going through the shattering isn't the end of the story. It may not even be the end of your love affair. It may not be the end of anything. The glory in it is on the other side because whatever she's going through is helping her build character. Because that crushing she went through with her husband, I assume, helped her have the backing to free hundreds of people.
Right.
Even though her life was being threatened, and eventually lead an army.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that.
Yeah, I know that, like, the liberation of her husband was probably the thing that was just like, well, I'm going to do whatever God tells me to do now because I don't have any strings attached. You know?
Yeah, and it builds character. You get your back straight a little bit. Every time you go through something tough, it makes you tough.
Yeah.
And then you're able to handle the next thing. That's how I feel like I've developed as a woman. And so these heroes embody, and there's so many women that I have encountered in my life that have shaped who I am as a woman. And I still reach out to them, whether they're in spirit form or whether they're physically here. And some of them may have been a woman I met once and we became friends. Some of them have been educators of mine and from my childhood schooling, from people I've met on the road, from people I've done business with, you know. And so women have been just so important to shaping who I am. And I feel obligated as a woman to whatever they didn't get a chance to do, like complete, I feel like I got you, girl. Don't worry.
Carry the torch.
I got you.
Yeah. That's a big part of this podcast for me.
Okay.
Just being able to take the conversations that we be having on the couch.
Yep.
And be able to give them to whoever. Because also in conversation, I'll just be like, oh yeah, I was just talking to such and such about the same thing. Instead, it's like, there's this episode on this thing that we were just talking about. I think you should listen to it.
Yes. And my staff at Glaze listens to your podcast.
Oh, for
Shout
real?
out to Glaze Car Wash.
Nice. I love those guys. That was good for me. Like,
they loved it.
When we left, we were so inspired.
Yes, go.
I know we were helping them, but I was just like, man, like it was so empowering to see their eyes light up and just like a light bulb go off.
Yeah. And you know why? Because they're looking at an example of a dream come true, right?
Yeah.
You're speaking from a place that they can understand. The way you were just jamming with them, they get it. And I think what you all did that day was important work for the greater good. Because we as Black folks, we need to see.
Yeah.
And we need to experience. And sometimes it's not just seeing. You need to be in the presence of people doing things that you didn't think was possible or that you think is easy or that you take for granted.
Right. It also helps to see that a person is just a person.
Yeah.
I'm not like, at least for me, I get in some of these rooms at my job with people that make millions. And I get so worked up. And my therapist will tell me over and over, that is just a person.
Yes.
They just put their pants on like normal, shirt on, they watch TV like you. And so even in those rooms, I'll do something to make them become a person to me. Like, hey, what you watching on TV? And now we're talking about the show that we both watch. Now we can talk about all of the revenue and the profit and da-da-da-da. But in order for me to calm down and like get to the meat and potatoes, I have to make them real and not this celebrity in my mind.
Yes. And you know, the more...
And I think that's what you did for me with Harriet Tubman.
All right.
Like,
tell me.
Like, listening to her story, because I should have done my homework, but I didn't. So listening to her story when you were telling me, I was just like, yeah, even the greats have gone through normal stuff.
Yes.
And that normal friction is the thing that pushed them to greatness.
Yes.
Like, as small as I think my world is, as insignificant as I feel my trauma is, no, these things, like you say, build character.
Yes.
And when I sit back and like talk about myself, like when I was talking to myself about with the guys, I was like, hey,
you're pretty awesome.
Right.
Yeah, girl. You are that part. You the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. And one thing that our ancestors, even in close proximity, like my grandparents, they didn't really have the opportunity to share as much. It wasn't tradition for Black folks to really talk about a lot of stuff. Hence why we're catching up.
Yeah.
I love to see us in therapy. I love to see us talking and having podcasts and everybody's like, talking. Great. I think that's great. I think the future generations will have more information to feast off of.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you're sharing this podcast, this platform where people will be able to consume the information, the stories. So thank you for doing that.
Oh, absolutely.
And then on the other side of that, it's like the more we can humanize people, the more you understand like, oh, they're just like me. They're just like me. When people ask me, what does it feel like to be, an entrepreneur and doing what you're doing? What does it feel like? What does it feel like? It feels like, you know how you feel when you're really hungry and that meal comes and you're just taking that first bite and you're like, oh, yes. Every time I complete a task, I get to enjoy the flavor, the smell, the feel, the feeling, the euphoria of I did it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do so many of those in one swoop that I don't realize like I actually got the deal done or this is actually a big win.
Yeah.
But winning is fun.
It is.
It's fun.
It's invigorating.
It is. And I tell my team all the time, guys, we're chasing greatness. I am electing you all to be a part of something great. Mm-hmm. You have been purposely selected to be here because of who you are, not because of what you can do. It's because of who you are and who you're going to be. Mm-hmm. I see potential in each and every one of you. These young people have something tremendous to contribute to this story of Glaze. And I want to pull all of it out of them, even if we're talking about food like we were talking about today.
Yeah.
There was a lesson in that. It's integrity. Mm-hmm. Do you have integrity or don't you have integrity? No matter what you decide to do, whether you grow with our company or work outside of our company, it's imperative that you have good integrity, especially coming from my flock.
Yes.
Don't go. I'm like a parent. Don't go out here and embarrass me.
Yeah, don't play with Brandy.
Yes.
But people don't know you got married.
Okay,
you guys decided that you would be business partners. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious how the journey started, how it developed, and where you are now.
Great.
Because business partners with your partner, I'm just like,
it's possible.
Because me and my partner are very entrepreneurially focused.
Love it.
And I definitely see you two as an inspiration in that way. But I'm curious.
Yeah.
Because it's
behind the scenes.
A lot of critical feedback,
Well, one thing, shout out to my husband, Joe, for believing in me because we didn't have this ego thing. He's a feminist at heart, so he believes in equal pay, equal work. I remember working my corporate job and I was just like, they're overlooking me for promotions where I should have gotten the promotion. There's no way I couldn't have gotten that promotion. Mm-hmm. And he was like, well, B, when you work for yourself, you're not capped off to somebody else's opinion. They're not going to pay you less, when you work for yourself. You can get out there and make it happen. So I knew I always wanted to do it, but he actually put the batter in my back to say, let's just do it. Let's jump out there. Because he also wanted his own business too. So we shared that in common.
Okay.
All right. So one day I came home from my corporate job and I was like, I don't know. He's like, hey, let's wrap it up. Let's just go for it. And we had already started our business by then.
Okay.
And our first one. But we had different plans for management. So he's like, maybe you just manage it. And I'm like, I've never managed a business. I've managed teams, but like the whole business thing felt really big to me.
Yeah.
And whenever like my back is against the wall, like for some reason I operate better for some reason.
Oh yeah.
It's like, okay, we got to lift this up out of the water. We got to pull this. So I jump in there, not really having like a whole lot of business experience, just management experience.
Okay.
And get in there, and it's just a big monster. I remember the first time I ever made a sandwich, because my first business was a restaurant. I'm just like in there thinking, I don't know the bills. Where's the chart? And I'm just trying to figure it out. What I learned, we had two different ways of looking at business. He's very analytical. He has numbers. He's a numbers guy. And he's like, if the math ain't mathing, then the business ain't business.
Right.
And I'm like, if the doors are open, and the lights are on, it's a business, And he's like, but if it's not making any money, it's just a hobby. And I'm like, so we had a tug of war at first of just understanding that. And I think his thing was like, B, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news every time. Like, babe, the reality is the math has to math. And I had this very whimsical look at it. Like, we can use this to change the world and we can connect with the community. And he's like, yeah, babe, yeah, all that's great, but it's not making any money.
Yeah.
And so I had to figure out how to marry the two. And over the years, I've been hired and fired by my business partner. I'll never forget the time he fired me. Yeah, it was a whole thing. We lived together and I'm coming home and I'm complaining and the numbers weren't there. And he was like, well, maybe you just need to come out of there. Maybe you just need I'm like, so you're firing me? That's what we're doing? And don't even ask me for you know what. Getting fired in my own house? That's crazy.
That's crazy. I didn't even consider that being an option.
I'm telling you, fire me. You know, it's like, right. Isn't that crazy? And it's like, but then we made up and I was like hired back. It's like, it's trippy. But what we learned over the years is just roles. You know, by the time we get to Glaze, though, the roles are established. We figured out, we built trust with each other about what we're good at and what we're not good at. And that took time.
Okay,
because I started to really, you know, when you grow up, you start to feel like you know things and the other person feels like they know things too.
Right.
And then you start kind of meeting each other chest to chest. Then it becomes like ego, like, do we trust each other's judgment? And then you're doing that whole dance.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, you used to just go with this, you know? And I'm like, yeah, until I got in there and I learned a little something that maybe you're not paying attention to. And he's like, oh, okay. So you wanna box, huh? Well, put your gloves on. Let's do it, you know? And so once you go through the trust exercise and acceptance and understanding, then you get into a flow. So now my husband does what he does very well. He thinks about details I don't think about in the business. I mean, he's always forward thinking about the fact that we've been in a small business for 12 years is a testament to the details.
Yeah.
Because yes, I am great with people. I am great with atmosphere. He's great at keeping the business open.
Yeah, but you know what? I also think it's a testament to developing trust. Like you guys established it, but trust continued to develop.
It has to.
Yeah.
Once it dwindles, then you know, start doing things to undercut the other person. You know, if he doesn't trust me, then he starts showing up, you know, maybe saying things to the staff.
Like, hey, can you check
overruling
this?
me?
Yeah.
Or vice versa. Oh, well, I said. Yeah, but Mr. Joe said, well, yeah, but me, you know, then you have a whole conflict of, and it's just ego. The bottom line is the company cash flowing. Is the company accomplishing the business plan? Is it surviving? We survived a pandemic.
Yeah.
We survived Jared? With his old funky self. Yeah, the dude that was, you know, had the little dirty tapes.
Oh.
Because for your listeners, we do have Subway restaurants.
I was like, who's
in our
Jared?
portfolio? Yeah, Jared, old funky self.
Yeah.
Nasty thing.
You did survive.
Yeah, so we're surviving. You know, the fact that the $5 footlong is gone. You know, people really, you know.
We're squirrely about it, yes.
Yeah, so you think about the fact that we've been able to survive like 12 years of business.
Yeah.
Most Black businesses, especially small businesses, don't last a year or two. Food industry's tough.
Yes, it is.
You gotta have money. You gotta have the smarts to manage the money well. And so having an understanding of each other's strengths and weaknesses and support, even when I crash out, you know, I have his support. And when he crashes out, he has my support.
Yeah.
You know, how that shows up. And so not only were we able to do that, and we still have those operations, now we started a whole brand from the ground up. This is our baby, Glaze. And Joe is allowing me to create the spirit. We work on it together, but he's really trusting me to be a drum major in that space of bridging community and business.
Yeah.
Because he knows how important the community part is to me.
Yeah.
And I know how important the business is to him. We want a business that we can really count on to take us to the promised land.
Well, when we walked in it, my partner, we left and he was like, yo, if they do another one, I would buy one.
Oh, man, thank you.
Yeah, because it was dope. You know, we went inside and he was like, yo, if they do another one, we should see if we can invest.
That's so awesome.
And I was like, yeah, I could see that.
Because here's the beautiful thing about that. And I love that. And thank you for sharing. We want people to feel inspired, right? Where it's like I want to invest in that brand because I believe in the energy that I'm experiencing. I believe that I'm experiencing something special. It's just supposed to be a car wash.
Yeah.
And there's thousands of them around. But this one, you're like, y'all done figured out how to set the vibe here.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And the experience.
It's colorful. It's inviting. It's fun. Even in the winter.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's a vibe. It's the definition of a vibe.
We want our customers to have an experience. And why do I do that? It's spiritual for me. It's imperative that you have a lasting experience because, I mean, we own land, an acre of land in Kennessaw, Georgia, which just traditionally was unheard of. I mean, you're talking about deep South right there, right? And I'm like, I'm obligated to honor this land by making it special, making it holy, making it an experience. Anyone who comes into that acre on some mess, I meet them right there and say, hey, hold up. We're talking soap and bubbles. We're talking rainbow colors.
Yeah.
We're talking OJs playing in the background.
That's what I'm trying to tell
we
people.
Got some burgers on the grill over there. What is you mad
and
about?
Don't let it be Halloween.
Don't let it be Christmas.
Yeah, bro.
Carolyn for Jesus. There's no way.
Yeah.
You gonna come here with that foolishness. You coming into our world. And the inspiration was like places like Disney World. Places like Trader Joe's. Chick-fil-A.
Because people remember how you made them feel.
That part. You know? And I want it to be unapologetically Black.
Yes.
I want you to know this is a Black-owned business. Not because of arrogance or nothing like that. It's just, it's possible to spend your money with a Black-owned business and get what you pay for and a little bit more. A little mustard on it.
Yeah.
A little something.
Listen, I loved it when I saw it. Y'all go out to Kennessaw and visit Glaze Car Wash.
Yes.
And do yourself a service and go during the holidays too.
Yes, go.
Because when I saw that Halloween cave that y'all did, that was so dope.
And we're going to go even bigger this year. And matter of fact, in the summer, we're sponsoring our first car show.
What?
Yes.
That's genius.
Yes. We actually just became a sponsor at Legacy Park, Kennessaw, which is like one of the largest neighborhoods in Kennessaw. I mean, it had like 7,000 residents.
Wow.
And they do a 4th of July event that's almost as big, if not bigger than the city of Kennessaw.
Oh.
So we're partnering with them. They've got an incredible team over there that they host events all throughout the year. I'm actually doing one with them on this weekend. And they have great energy. They want to work with us. They're like, yo, y'all are doing stuff. We're doing stuff. Let's do stuff together. And I'm so excited to be a part of that new community for us. We're like the new kids on the block.
Yeah.
But we're outside. We're going to do car shows. We're talking kid days. We're talking Easter. We're talking Halloween's going to be crazy. We had 400 people attend last year. I'm expecting 1,000.
Yeah, easy. Y'all got that corner lot there.
Oh, I got work to do, sis.
I'm proud of you.
Oh, God
I'm proud of you, and I'm proud to know you.
Ditto, kiddo.
Yeah, like I got so much to learn.
Tell me.
I'm excited. I mean, we'll get there.
Okay.
Thanks for spending time at the table with me. Until next time, stay open, stay curious, and have the courage to be yourself.